Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am Professor Adam Ahmed Adam. This immunology lecture is about complement system. It is a protective system. It is composed of about 30 plasma proteins in the blood. The system is not active. It acts only after activation. When activated, it works in a cascade pattern. That is to say, when you activate the first step, the activated first step will activate the second step. The activated second step will activate the third step, and so on till the end of activation of the whole system. The proteins of the complement system, most of them are heat labile, that is say can be destroyed by heat. Activation of the complement system. As I have just mentioned that the system is inactive, it acts only when activated. It can be activated by one of the three pathways. So any of them can activate the complement system. Starting from the left to right, the classical pathway, lectin pathway, and alternative pathway. If we come back to the classical pathway, here the activation starts by complex formation by immunoglobulin IgM or IgG with the antigen. The antigen can be the pathogen. So the activation starts by complex formation. Immunoglobulin IgM or IgG combined with the pathogen or the antigen. This immune complex will lead to activation of complement protein C1, and there will be sequence of events in a cascade pattern activating C2, C4, then activation of C3, C5, and after that there will be addition of complement proteins until the complement protein number 9 forming a large complex which is MAC, membrane attack complex. And this is the end product of any of the complement if activated by any pathway. So MAC is the end product of all the pathways. In between, there will be products. You see here, the most important are C3A, C3B, C4A, C5A. Then we come to the lectin pathway. The lectin pathway is activated by combination of the mannose in the cell wall of the pathogen with a protein, complement protein known as mannose binding protein or mannose binding lectin with the mannose in the cell wall. Mannose cell in the cell wall will combine with the protein mannose binding protein or mannose binding lectin. This is the start of activation of lectin pathway, and then after that it takes the same pathway of the classical pathway. You see here the arrow is going to C4 and C2. At the end product of the lectin pathway is MAC, membrane attack complex. Then we come to the alternative pathway. Here, the activation starts by combination of the bacteria or bacterial toxins or polybacterial polysaccharide with the C3 complement protein C3. This will lead to activation of C3. It's split into C3A and C3B. And then there will be different steps of activation, and the end product will be MAC. You see here MAC, which is the membrane attack complex, is the end product of the activation of any of the three pathways. Let us talk about the protective mechanisms of the complement system. How the complement system protects the body against the pathogens or the antigens. Number one, opsonization of the pathogen by C3b. Opsonization of the pathogen facilitates phagocytosis by the phagocytic cells. 2. Neutrophil chemotaxis by C5a. C5a is going to attract the neutrophils to the site of infection or the site of activation of the complement system. And you know the neutrophils are very efficient phagocytic cells. 3. Induction of inflammation by aflatoxins. The aflatoxins are complement products after activation. These are C3A, C4A, and C5A. You see, 5A can act as a neutrophil chemotaxis agent and as an aflatoxin. This will lead to induction of inflammation. Inflammation in the normal range is protective to the body. For cytolysis of the pathogenic cell by membrane attack complex, which is MAC. Cyto means cell lysis, means destruction of cell lysis of the pathogenic cell. The pathogenic cell can be like a bacterial cell, okay? And the MAC is a macromolecule, a molecule which is big and that penetrates the membrane of the, say, bacterial cell, leading to lysis of the cell. By this, the lecture is over. I hope that it is understandable and I wish you all the best.